Hey everybody, so 6,000 subscribers, and you may recall I did the 5,000 subscriber video very recently. To be precise, we got 1,000 subscribers in 13 days, less than 2 weeks. So that is amazing, and thank you to everyone who has stuck through all of this with me, who has stuck by this channel and all that. And welcome, thank you, welcome to all the new people as well. And yeah, it's amazing. I'm going to keep this one a little shorter. If you saw my 5,000 subscriber video, if you want to know a lot of stuff, I talked about a lot of stuff in the 5,000 video. I'm going to keep this a little shorter. I don't have a lot of time and I don't want to take a lot of time, but thank you. Thank you all. I'm going to give you a few little updates on both the channel and my life, just to keep you involved and to give you an idea what's going on. So, wow. So as I said in the 5,000 video, things really took off with the release of the Xbox One update for Terraria, and like things have been going good, things have been doing well. We've been marching along, we've been growing even before that, but literally like overnight, the rate of growth, the number of views, the number of new subscribers, and yes, even the money, it like tripled. It tripled overnight with the release of that particular update. I guess, as I say, I had done some videos around the holidays and with the hope of, that helping to drive the channel forward a little. And with that release, those got a little more attention. Anyway, I was wondering, and at the time that I did the last video, I was wondering how much of that is permanent and how much of that is temporary. And well, I guess I can tell you what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is, like, yeah, overnight it like tripled. About half of that was temporary and half of it seems to be permanent. So from the period before that to now, things have basically doubled, and that's kind of the new normal that we're settling into here. So I don't know exactly what that means, but what we're looking at is obviously the channel is growing really fast, and if this keeps up, I could be looking at like 10,000 subscribers before the summer starts or around there, and that's amazing. And this is changing my life, as I talked about in the other video as well. This means money that I have to reinvest in the channel to improve the channel. And also money that is going to help change my life and make things a little better for me too. So thank you again for all of that, and I will do my best to repay the favor by making this channel better and doing what I can to improve the whole thing. So as for right now, I got to be honest, I've been driving the same car for about 13 years, and the car is 18 years old. So I'm not getting a new car. Don't get too excited. But I had the same tires on that car almost the entire time. And just before the winter, I'm in Canada, so you need two sets of tires. You need, all season or summer tires, and you need winter tires. You really should have them, my fellow Canadians. If you don't have winter tires, you should try that. It's really a good idea. But anyway, so the winter was starting, and my summer tires were falling apart, and I put my winter tires on. I had to get one of them patched because there was a screw in it. I've had both of those sets of tires almost since I bought the car. Like, it came with really crappy tires on the car, and I replaced those fairly quickly at the time, but I've been dreading this because both of those, my summer and winter tires, are so old. And my winter tires, I think they're still okay. I've had those on for the winter, but my other tires fallen apart, and like one of them actually finally blew, and I had to switch the winter tires on. I had to get them because I used to be at my parents' house. I used to store them there. Anyway, the moral of the story here is that I needed new tires this spring, and that's where probably the first bit of this money is going to go, because I was sitting here wondering, how am I going to afford to buy a new set of tires? Like, I'm not poor. I haven't been poor, but I've been struggling. I've been like on the edge, going into the red. I haven't gone into the red, but I've been right on the edge all my adult life, as I talked about in the last video. And it's like, okay, you know, an expense like that, it's a few $100, it's not a ton, but it's enough. And we've had a lot of expenses, and it's like, how am I even going to afford to buy a new set of tires? So it's thanks to you guys. All of that rambling leads up to this. Thanks to you guys, I can be reasonably confident that I can afford to buy some new tires for my car. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I mean, obviously that's not where I'm channeling all of the money from the channel. As I talked about, I want to get some new artwork. I want to get some proper editing software. I want to do a lot of things. I want to get some new games to play. And there's a lot of stuff that I plan to reinvest money into the channel. But it's nice just to know that I can afford things like tires for my car. And that's awesome. And like, there have been so many things that I've avoided doing or avoided getting just because I wasn't sure I could afford them. And so like, this difference in my channel is literally just making my life more comfortable, like making it easier for me to do basic stuff. I've been, my wife bought me as a present a new pair of boots, and I forget now if this was a year ago or 2 years ago, but anyway, the laces started breaking, and I've been like just coping with the fact that the laces on the boots were broken and like tying them a few notches lower just because the part that broke, they weren't long enough to lace all the way up. And I just like stupid things like that, you know, like silly little things where I've been cutting corners just to try to save a few bucks here and there. And like, I'm not saying that we're desperate, but it's like, I've been struggling along just making ends meet my entire adult life, and this is like, it's the first time in a long time that I can just make some basic purchases, and just that I can buy some stuff that myself and my family need, or that, you know, is really going to improve our lives in like material ways with like not a lot of money, but just some basic stuff. And that's incredible, and that's thanks to all of you. So again, I'm not going to forget this. And I know some of you may have been wondering the last couple weeks, because I didn't put out guides the last 2 Mondays for Terraria, and that's my usual thing. Usually I do like 2 guides, and then I do, you know, a pre-recorded like multiplayer or whatever video. And the last 2, I did those instead of guides and it's just because 2 weeks ago I was busy, and last week, this past Monday, was actually a holiday here, and it's a family holiday, so I actually spent some time with my family, and that's the only reason I did that 2 weeks in a row. So I want you to know that. Do not worry. I'm going to plan on having a guide out on Monday, and probably another one the Monday after that, so don't panic. And I have lots of plans, lots of ideas for more guides that will be coming, so don't worry. Stuff is coming, and particularly I'll be building up towards the beginning of summer, because as I mentioned in the other one as well, I'm looking at hopefully starting to publish more videos, and almost definitely, in fact, starting to publish more videos around the end of June, beginning of summer, the summer break. And yeah, what I want to do is hopefully be able to publish 5 videos a week. Now, as I talked about, probably only one of those will be a guide, at least for now, just because of time issues, because I do still have a business and this, and I want to talk about that as well. That, you know, as the channel grows, you know, basically I've had my business, which is how I've been making my living, and then this channel has been a side project. But, you know, my business, I've been doing it for years, and the prospects of me being able to like grow it on my own just were never good. And I always knew from the beginning. I took it over from my uncle, and I knew that that was going to be a struggle all along. And that's part of why I started the channel, just because the channel's what I really want to do. I love video games. And so that's what I've always wanted to do, is play video games. But you know, that was a side project just to see what would come of it. And now that it's happening, you know, it's growing, and the rate of growth has been phenomenal, tremendous, whatever other words I could possibly use to describe it. And again, that's thanks to all of you. And I have huge plans for it, and I want to keep that rate of growth going. And to do that, I need to improve what I'm doing with the channel too, you know, and I know that. So don't think I'm just sitting on my butt here. I have a lot of ideas and a lot of plans, and it's just a matter of like being able to realize them. And some of that has been just waiting to have the money to reinvest. And so we're just getting there, and that is awesome. And thank you. Yeah, without getting into too many details, I've talked about this a lot before, but there are big plans and big things coming. And the point here is that as the channel grows, where I've had the business with the channel as a side project, as the channel grows at some point, and I'm thinking within the next year or so, the channel becomes the primary focus, and that's awesome. And when the channel's big enough, which is probably about the same time, that the channel gets big enough that I have, you know, a full 2 incomes, then I'm going to bring a second person in on this. That's my plan, and I've talked about that a lot before too. And again, like the way things are going right now, that could be the next year, you know, within the next year or a little after that. That's what we're looking at. And like the channel's not that big right now, but by the way, we also hit 1.8 million views. Between the 5,000 and the 6,000 subscribers, we got another like 200,000 plus views on the channel. And like that's where the money's coming from, right? Like subscribers is great, and I love you all. But what matters is you guys and everyone else viewing the videos, because actually it's still like 97 point something % non-subscribers viewing my videos. That's some of the statistics as well. So, you know, the subscriber number is still like a small fraction of the actual views on the channel. But anyway, but thank you, every one of you subscribers, viewers, and so on. And I want you to know that I appreciate everything, every single one. And I remember counting those single views, and I want to get back to mentioning that, which I talked about a lot in the last video. You know, I remember every step of the way, and yeah, I'm rambling, and that's what I do. I'm good at rambling, but anyway, the point is, thank you, and there's a lot to look forward to for me and for you as well, and a lot that I have planned for this channel, and we're just starting to get there. So I'm running a little over actually the time that I have available, because again, business still my primary focus. I actually have something I need to do, but I wanted to keep this short anyway. So there you see what's going on, and there's money coming in from all the views, and some of that money is going to be going back to the channel in the next little while. So keep that in mind. Look for big things probably around the beginning of summer. That's where we're going to start. You know, between now and then, we're going to start making some big changes, some big improvements, and I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you are. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And the way things are going, I don't think, as I say, we had this huge boost right around, it was February 5th, I think, that the Xbox One update came out, and things tripled, and it stayed that way for almost 2 weeks, and it's incredible. But it's back to about like double what it was before that, and that's like, don't get me wrong, I expected some of that was temporary, but to see that like that much is like ongoing and maybe permanent. And of course there's a mobile update coming at some point as well, so hey, we have more to look forward to in terms of excuses to get new viewers, I guess. And I have big plans. I have lots more videos planned. I might be, taking it a little easy as far as how ambitious the guides are for some of the next little while. I do have some big ones planned. I want to do at least one really big one in March. And I have lots of ideas. I might save a few of them for close to that summer period as well. But I have a lot of ideas and a lot of guides planned. So if you're not that impressed by the ones in the next little while, don't worry. I have more coming, and this is going to keep going. So I'm not giving up on any of this anytime. I'm going to keep at it, and I hope you'll keep with me. So thank you all, and I'd better go. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. It may not be 2 weeks for the next 1,000, but I have a feeling it's not going to be that long. So I'll see you in a little while. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will always appreciate every one of you. So I will see you next time, and bye for now.